Hi everyone, Jordan here. Just got a quick announcement for you. Well, more apology really. The episode coming up is kind of quiet in places. For some reason, me and Keiran disregarded the fact that we need to speak into microphones. So yeah, if it goes quiet in places, sorry for that. Next episode should be a lot better. Hello and welcome to 250 Reasons to Stay Indoors. I'm Jordan.
I'm Keiran.
And this is the podcast where we watch the IMDB top 250 films and we let you know whether they were worth watching or whether we really wish we hadn't. Now, Keiran, what are we watching this week?
This week we are watching The Secret in Their Eyes.
Is it?
What?
In Their Eyes?
I mean, I guess so.
We'll find out.
It came out in the year 2009 and it was 139 on the list.
Wonderful. And country of origin, please.
Argentina.
Wonderful.
Jordan, have you seen The Secret in Their Eyes before?
I have not seen The Secret in Their Eyes, for I am blind to The Secret
Hey.
in Their Eyes. I'm going to stop now.
Something to stipulate is that this is not Secret in Their Eyes. This is The Secret in Their Eyes.
Yes.
So
there is a film called Secret in Their Eyes.
Much in the same way that we struggled with Room and The Room.
Yes.
This is The Secret in Their Eyes.
Yes.
From 2009. What would you think The Secret in Their Eyes would be?
Ooh, I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say it's something about secrets and eyes.
Oh, but what?
Everyone looks like, I saw the picture of the front cover. Everyone
Right.
looks proper suspicious and eye like. So I think there's a lot of shifty shit going on. Shifty shit, yeah, that feels really good to say.
Okay.
And I think there's probably going to be some wrong uns and some good uns, and the wrong uns will do the wrong and the good uns will find out by the secret in their eyes.
Ah, very, very good.
Okay, what about you?
I think The Secret is maybe something to do with I'm just about to define what a secret is. Some people know things and other people don't.
I think the secret is something that someone knows and someone doesn't know.
That's literally what I was about to say. So I've got no idea what the secret could be. I just want to fucking watch the film.
I think it's going to be a murder secret. I think it's going to be murders.
Oh, one of those ones.
Okay.
Okay, let's go watch it.
All right. And we're back with a couple of fast forwards. Espanol.
Argentina. Fuck you. Okay, Jordan, guys. So we've cut like 2 times that Jordan said, and we're back with a couple of fast forwards because he said España and it's Espanol, and I corrected him, and he wanted to sound clever.
But you laughed on the second time.
So you wanted it to be clean. I'm not having it. And we're back with a couple of fast forwards.
Espanol.
Argentina. Murder.
Law.
Rape.
Drinking.
Football.
Old and new. Old and new.
Old and new? I like flashbacks and
flashback.
flash forwards. Coffee.
Writing.
Interns.
Stories.
Paper. Loads of paper.
Pencils.
Writing stories. Oh, that's what you meant by stories, as opposed to write case files. Okay. Oh, well, cases.
Typewriter.
Keeping someone prisoner.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So you want to do a little synopsis?
I'll fucking try.
Yeah.
The 15-second pitch is what I'd like to do.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that first.
So
Yes.
I'll let you know, listeners, that the 15-second pitch is where I try and sum up the film in 15 seconds. This one had a lot of flashbacks and stuff, and I think I'm just going to go plow through the main part of the film, so we'll see how this
Please
goes.
do. 3, 2, 1, go.
There's a rape/murder crime, and they try and find out who it is. They find out who it is. But he gets liberated from prison. The husband of the rapee says that he kills the guy, but he doesn't actually kill him. He takes him in prisoner, and then the guy wants to write a book about it.
15 seconds.
Jordan.
Point.
Yes. Jordan. Please. Jordan. Stop it!
47.
Yes! Yes! Woo!
Well done. Well done.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I'm so happy. But let's go do a synopsis. I'm super proud of myself, but let's go do a synopsis.
Full disclosure, I watched this in 2 sections, and the first section was further long ago since the second section.
Okay.
So my memory of the first half of the film is a little less coherent.
I want to just go bang, 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 bang.
Oh, then you fucking bang away, mate.
We are in Argentina. The film is basically who done it, he did it, let's catch him, he's caught.
20 years later.
Yeah, and 20 years later, yeah. So, and also, meanwhile, there's a guy who is the main detective. He's not a detective. He's like a
What even is he?
What job is it? He's like a court. Mate, is he a judge?
He's a judge when he needs to be a judge. He's a detective when he needs to be a detective. He's a writer when he needs to be a writer.
Okay, now, but so he's like 20 years later, and he wants to write he wants to write a book about this story, right? And so he's saying to his superior, like, "Oh, this book, blah 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 blah." Side note on
going to your superior, going to your boss. Oh, this book. Blah 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 blah.
There's 2 points of this film. There's the romance of this guy with wanting to write a book and also being in love with his superior.
Yeah.
And they end up getting together at the end of the film. That's that. Taken care of. Boom.
Yeah.
But there's the somewhat interesting part of the film.
The meat of the film.
The meat of the film, which is there is a woman who gets raped and murdered, and her husband is distraught.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. You also know about the love that he had for this woman, and he never lets go of that.
Yeah.
They are trying to find out. They spend ages in the film trying to work out who this guy is. They eventually work out that he's a football fan. They go to the football match. They find him. They track him down. They question him. The guy takes his balls out in front of the super detective chief justice when she's trying to emasculate him to make him
and confesses to the crime.
He confesses to the crime. I fucked the shit out of that woman. So he goes to jail.
I thought you were just saying in passing that you would fuck the shit out of the judge lady.
I mean,
that was just a strange way. It was just like, he speaks to the lady. By the way, I'd fuck the shit out of her. She goes away.
I mean, sure, yeah, I would, but like, it's just not a right time to say this when we're talking about a film that's about a rape and a murder, where he used that sentence itself.
So these judges take that confession to like another judge. It seems. I don't understand how the
he goes to prison.
Argentinian justice system works, but apparently they're not. They can't convict him with.
No. He goes to prison, but there was a guy, some other dude, who was working. Who kind of started working with him on the inside.
Right.
What I mean is, like, some guy who used to be a judge, he now works
a crooked judge.
He's either a crooked judge, or he works as his own law thing, or he's got a completely separate business.
I feel like he must be higher than them or something, because why else would they have to go to him?
What I think it is oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but he became like an informant when he was in prison, and so now the rapist guy got out of prison.
Yeah.
And is started to do some other stuff, and he's starting to do like political things as well, being a right-hand man bodyguard or something for this political guy, because that's when the rapist is the rapee's husband. I saw him on telly, and everyone else saw him on telly, and they're like, "Where the fuck does this guy come from?" So he's been liberated from prison.
Yeah, they're pissed off about it. The main guy, what's his name? What's his main character's name?
Is it Benjamin?
No. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what's his last name?
Esposito.
Yeah.
Esposito.
I kept on thinking Despacito.
Yeah.
Esposito goes and tells the rape victim's husband,
Morales,
that what's happened, basically. And he's like, it's a bit shit, but that's all we can do. Just leave it at that, basically. And so then the judge lady and Esposito have to go into sort of like, not protective custody, but they have to basically leave because the guy who's the one who confessed, the actual bad guy, is now trying to kill them. And he does actually succeed in killing Esposito's sort of like assistant. So his assistant is constantly getting pissed, and Esposito keeps having to go and pick him up from the bar. I wish I hadn't found out his last name. So one particular night, Esposito's gone to go and try and convince his wife to let him back in, the drunk guy's wife to let him back home. And whilst he's doing that, some men come and visit. They think that the assistant is Esposito, and the assistant lets them believe that because he can tell they're here to kill him, and they kill him. And then Esposito and the judge lady leave. This is where the gap of like 25 years goes. And then
the judge lady doesn't leave. He just leaves. Because
she does. She goes somewhere. She does go somewhere.
No.
I swear
No, because she even says to him, "My dad's in a high position of power. Nothing will happen to me. Like absolutely nothing will happen to me." And the guy who is threatening your life, he knows that too. So I'm
Oh.
fine. I'm going to stay here
Oh, okay.
because
I thought that
she's
she said in that conversation that she was like going somewhere.
nah, because she stays and gets married with the person that she would never really wanted to be married
Right.
to.
Okay.
So there's that, and then but he fucks off into like the Andean mountains or something for like however long,
Yeah.
10, 15 years, and then comes back eventually to say hello to his old boss, the woman he fancies.
Yeah, because he's been writing the story of this one case that stuck with him. It's their story, and she's like basically at the end, like, "Whoa, yeah, it's good, but kind of
Yeah.
shit that it ends like him leaving, doesn't it?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Well, because like maybe you shouldn't have left, you dick." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And then, yeah, he's just an idiot.
And they make a new ending of the story when he decides to take this this version of the book to Morales, who again is the rape victim's husband. He takes it to him, who now lives somewhere in the countryside, and he's like, "Read this thing," and so he reads it. And but Esposito is so obsessed by what it is, like he's so obsessed to solve the crime, and he
Yeah.
still wants to catch the guy. Eventually, Morales, the rape victim's
Yeah.
husband, says to Esposito, "Don't. There's no fucking point
Yeah,
because I
just
killed
drop
him.
it, just leave it, and
Drop
leave
it.
my house.
So I killed him, and now please go."
Yeah.
So he goes, but when he's driving away, he's super suspicious, and he's like, "Oh, well, hold on a second, I'm not entirely sure." So he stops his car, and then he walks back to the guy's place, and he finds Morales taking some food to like this little shed around the
Yeah.
back of his house, and Esposito goes in and finds Morales feeding the rapist
Yeah.
because he
He's
caught him.
Caught him and he kept him all this time.
Because what he should, because the justice is, because Morales is like, he should have got life in prison, and he didn't get life in prison, so now I'm imprisoning him.
Yeah.
That's the justification.
And we find out he doesn't even talk to him, so the man's like not had anyone to speak to. It's
For
like because
years.
Esposito goes up to him, and the guy, the rapist, like slowly walks up to him, and he's like, "For God's sake, at least tell him to talk to me."
Yeah,
So this guy's just been literally living a very what's the
solitary
word?
confinement.
Yeah, solitary.
But
life.
Esposito's like, "Oh, I guess it's a bit fucked, and I kind of see how this works.
I'm out.
I'm out," and then just goes
and
and
then
gets
goes
with.
and yeah, and the lady has an affair with them, and that's how the film ends.
Yep, that's it.
On the positive note of an affair.
Lovely. Okay, beefs.
Yeah, just on that last note, what the fuck? The film ends with them agreeing to like basically cheat on her husband and who she has kids with. She's like right at the end, he comes and she can tell he's here to sort of confess his love for her.
Yeah,
And she's like, it will be difficult, like it will be complicated.
and he's like,
Complicated's good. And then the film ends with like a smile. And it's like,
yeah, she says, "Close the door."
yeah,
Salty.
it's like,
Well, okay, to be fair.
this is a questionable. Like now, these people don't seem like very good people at all.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but also there's a little bit of like, will they, won't they, for the whole fucking film. So that at least there's the relief of, oh, they're finally doing it. But then, okay, you wouldn't have an affair, Jordan. You're not.
No,
But for them, and I think for many other people, maybe they just want to get the affair started, and then after like a week or so, she says to the husband, "Listen, I'm not feeling it so much. I want to start seeing other people."
fucking dumb to just start married a guy that you don't like in the first place.
Well, yeah, but
if you ask me.
That's the fucking 60s for you, isn't it? Or however long, no, 70s, or however long it was. Yeah, that's just those times for you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dumb as shit, isn't it?
It is.
But the guy, Esposito, he was a fucking creep anyway. Because in one of the first scenes, he's walking in to see this woman,
Yeah,
and like he goes, like he crosses paths with,
Yeah.
with two other women,
and
and
he has the
says,
same line.
"Oh,
doesn't
the
he?
gates of women, the gates of
The
women.
gates of women have opened.
There's
women.
the gates of heaven have opened, and angels, and they're both like, "Oh, fuck off," because he's clearly like sexist dude, and I thought the film was going to be about how this guy is a sexist wanker and how he raped someone,
Yeah,
but clearly that's not the case because he ends up being like, well, it's
he
not,
just seems kind of sleazy, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
greasy.
but
yeah.
it's fine because
Yeah.
it seems like everyone's like that in the film.
I wonder the viewpoint of the writers and directors.
just a really strange little one
Yeah.
to me. Right at the beginning of the film, doesn't even relate to necessarily just this film, but just films that have no noise for a really long time when they start piss me off.
Really?
Because I feel like my sound is broken or something. I'm like turning it up and down and nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden, because I've turned it up really loud, it's like dun-dun-dun! I'm just like, for fuck's sake, just give me like a little, even like when you have the, the people
want a
that
little
help
warning.
make the film at the start, their little
Right.
like logos and stuff.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least
yeah.
give me just a bling.
So
Just
at
to-
least you
just-
know.
Just so I know that the sound is working. But
Yeah.
nothing for like 4 minutes, and then someone going, "Oh, by the way," I hate it.
When they ordered coffee, when she got the intern to get coffee,
Yeah.
she was like, "Can you get the coffee from that coffee shop?" He comes back, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're drinking coffee out of coffee cups. It would have been takeaway cups if they're getting it from a separate coffee
Who
place.
knows? Maybe they have like a deal going on with the coffee place, because it's obviously the only coffee place if she's calling it the coffee place.
Well, no, it had a more specific
Oh,
name, but,
okay,
or maybe like they poured the coffee into cups, or maybe it's just a normal thing that you get a takeaway thing in cups and then you bring them cups back. I was like, nah, come on, they'd be takeaway cups. So I thought that bit was bullshit. That was a little diddy beef.
So they essentially are fully investigating this guy because he looks dodgy in some photos.
Yeah,
That's their evidence.
that's
It's a
their
hunch
main-
that he looks like a wrong 'un.
yeah, and so therefore they go into his letters
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm sure there's something suspicious about this guy, because they worked out that it would be someone.
But then they go
that
and
they
like
knew.
break into his house, don't they?
Yeah.
Before this is before they've gone to the football match.
Yeah.
So before they've got actually any evidence, they see that he looks dodgy in some photos, and that
They haven't got any evidence at all. They just know that it would be someone who knows
Yeah.
them, because there was no forced entry, and so
It's far too convenient, isn't it? Really, far too convenient.
and so because there is no evidence. Really.
I wish it was just like it wasn't him all along. It's just like no. Well, this film was just to make a point of the fact that you need to
have proper evidence.
have proper evidence to back up your
Well,
facts.
this is the son of two detectives talking, isn't it?
Should be done professionally.
I can just imagine you having picked up all of that information, all that opinion, just by like countless family dinners, you and your two parents, where they're just kind of going, "Oh, there just wasn't the proper evidence for that case," and you just clocking all of that in the back of your mind.
I've
It's
just been
coming in handy.
I've without knowing, I've been groomed into becoming like the world's best detective.
Well, not bad actually.
Yeah,
I could see you being a detective.
yeah. I think I could do it.
You don't sound very assertive. at
No,
that point.
I think I could, but I wouldn't want to be a police officer for lots of time. But apparently you can do it without being a police officer for a long time now. Like you can go straight into being a detective. But then also I think maybe you should be a police
Yeah.
officer for a long time before
Yeah.
you become a detective.
Because then you can be
Got experience and I
and
think
also-
that's important.
you can be on your high horse with more authority. Can't
Yeah,
you? Because
yeah.
you've been that beat cop.
Yeah.
I got really frustrated with the way that Benjamin just never made a fucking move. Esposito just like, come on, just
That's what I'm saying.
Just
like,
do
why are you
it.
going to give us that affair right at the end? Like, why? No, like, he doesn't deserve it. Like, yes, you fucked up. She quite obviously was upset by the fact that you left there. Like, right that last minute when he goes to go to the train and he, like, gives her, like, a little peck instead of, like, the massive kiss that she was expecting.
That's
and
what
she
you
looks
want.
at him shocked and surprised. And he's like, I guess I'll go now. Bye.
yeah. He's like fucking he's cock blocking himself.
Yeah, he's a fucking
absolutely
idiot. Like, he
cock-blocking
doesn't
himself.
deserve this at the end. Like, that family to be fucking torn apart by this doofus.
No, just like move away, mate. Like you need to move away.
Yes.
Meet some other people.
Yes,
like
instead of coming back 25 years later and trying your luck.
oh,
Wanker.
Yeah. I like that. I like how cutthroat that is. I don't believe that Morales, the rapist victim's husband, 25 years later, he's not really bald. You just look at his hair. It's like, no, that's. I mean, obviously it's fake
Yeah.
because he's acting. It's a movie, but come on, it just looks really. It doesn't suit him. It's because it's so really, 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 really didn't suit him. That
Yeah.
either he would have done something different with his hair, but also you saw his head of hair at the beginning of the film. That's not a head of hair.
Full on head of hair.
He had his hair was as thick as Esposito's was, and Esposito's hair progression was great. Like it just got a bit greater, but it's still got like that South American thick head of hair. It's like, yes, I know what's going on there, and so would Morales, but he ends up being like a weedy bald guy at the end of the film, and they just put that in there just to make him look like a bit of a weed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wasn't big on that.
On that train scene,
Yeah.
where it starts to pull away and she starts running after him.
Yeah.
Just wanted to like shoot myself in the face. It's far too cliche. And like the hand on the window, like they touch each other's hands on the through the window. It's like,
And she's running for him at that point. It's like, no, he should have made the
yeah.
move. So
Oh my god, it hurts me.
the
It
amount of time.
hurts me.
Oh, ridiculous.
And the fact that they found him in a football match.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Apparently they had been to loads of football matches by that time.
No, there's
but
too
no.
many people. Two men cannot find one man in an entire stadium, regardless of how many times. When he's literally got no distinguishable features, he's just a shortish looking dude with. He just looks like every other person there. Again, maybe that just seems a little bit racist.
Yeah, maybe that is.
Actually, when we on this note now, I heard recently that there's that whole thing of that people say that like some people struggle to distinguish the difference between other races.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate thing, and people genuinely do struggle. Like you do perform a lot worse when trying to distinguish faces of people of other races.
Yeah, I wonder if like there's two sides to that though, because I think there's like, for example, when I got to meet loads more black people when I moved to London, it's like, oh, I can now tell there's many different facial features of all the different black people that I know.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was in Milton Keynes and I knew like all of about 10.
Yeah, that's like, quite possible.
So it took me to experience more people of different races
Probably.
to be able to distinguish. So there's that, but then there's also like maybe it's a legit condition.
Well, you're not going to recognize stuff that you haven't seen often, have you?
Exactly.
But they think it's something to do with when you're born, you are taking in as much information as you can, and obviously
you're going to see your parents.
You're going to see your parents more often. You're going to see people of your specific
family.
sort of ethnic like race around you more often. So you're like that's the sort of one that's imprinted on you.
Which makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that it doesn't surprise me if people are like, it's fine. I just pretty much find people of my race the most attractive out of all of them because they have their definitions of beauty somewhat modeled by their family or whatever.
This got deep real quick.
Yeah. But like that's kind of an interesting thing. But going back to the football match, it's bullshit.
But yeah, that's bullshit.
It's really at the very least it's incredibly unlikely.
And why is he doing it? Like, what even is fucking Esposito? Like, is he a judge or a like? I don't get it. I don't get what his job is. I don't get his office. Like, if he's a detective, he shouldn't be in that so much of a mess. And if he's a judge, he should have much more sort of like power about him. He seems like he can't get anything done by himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what even does this? What is? And he's not a lawyer. He's not like working on cases and standing up for people. I don't know. I hate it. But he's got an assistant, so obviously he must be of some sort of
not complete assistant. I feel like
that guy works for him.
That guy was a deputy to.
No, that guy works for him. He calls him his boss.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like it works for him.
Jesus.
Like,
this is dumb. Okay, let's just move on to some bits and bobs.
Okay. I liked there's like a typewriter scene where it went from the future to the past.
Yeah.
Where he's like writing out the story and like on the typewriter and it transitions to the typewriter and then you're in the past. I liked that.
I see. Yeah. Some of the transitions. Yeah. Okay, that was kind of neat. For the genitalia tab, there are 2 tits, 1 cock, and 2 balls.
Oh, a peen.
A peen.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah, of course.
I mean, the context in which we see these is not great.
No.
But they're there.
Yeah.
I really liked the photo album. I'm gonna explain it, and I'm looking forward to seeing when your face is gonna be like, oh yeah, this is a very Keiran thing. So Moranes is showing.
Yeah, you liked the organization of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So what it is,
I liked that. I was like, what the hell?
That's fucking clever. So you got like a big picture where there's loads of people in the picture. How the hell do you know who the people are in the picture? You put some tracing paper on top of it, make like body outlines of the people, put numbers on those bodies, and then on the other side, on the blank piece of paper, you write down the number and then the names.
Yeah.
So you can see who's who. Fucking brilliant. I've written all of the names on the back of the photo.
Yeah.
Like
that's most people just
in the
left
order.
to right. Yeah.
Yeah. But when people are jumbled up all over the place,
that is
it's really
true.
hard to do, and you have to take the photo out of the photo album and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So man, wicked. I thought that was really, really cool.
Nice little filing system.
Yeah,
for your
yeah.
photos.
Yeah. It's just...
Bring some admin into your memory.
Of course, life is better with admin.
Yeah. I don't really have that many bits and bobs.
Is that because you just didn't find that many things that were intriguing?
No, there were more things that were infuriating and a lot of stuff that I didn't care about. I really liked the final scene with the when you find out that Morales has got the guy in prison,
Right.
because there's like this really emotive moment where Morales sees that he's been caught out, and there's like a look of shame almost. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
really intense emotions going on in that scene where it's just really quiet, and Morales can see what's going. He's not like alarmed. He's not like, fuck, I need to like do something. He's just standing there. The prisoner's just like not trying to like scream or get out or anything. He's just like, he just asks him to talk to him, and Esposito's just trying to like sort of make sense of what he's seen, and I guess trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And like, there's just this moment of like, this is what's happened, and now everyone's sort of like, what happens next? And I don't know. It was just like really like the silence of it all. I found
It was
really,
super
like,
tense, right?
yeah, just really rousing. Is that the word?
Yeah. That was quite an impactful scene.
Mm.
As much as there were many things that were frustrating about this film, there like the whole, I don't know if it's in Argentina and the rest of it, but like the amount of quips and like quick insults
Yeah.
that just rolled off the tongue and were like, ooh, that was really, really cool. So I guess maybe if you're into the Spanish language, maybe Argentinian Spanish, whatever, like you're gonna find it really cool. But like, so
Do you mean it didn't translate as well because it was in subtitles?
I mean, I understood it. It's not as if it didn't. The insults
Maybe
didn't
this
translate.
is the same as when we were watching Intouchables, and you felt that there was a lot of quips and stuff that maybe didn't translate into subtitles.
Yeah, because like you understood what the quip was,
Yeah.
but the fact that it's being said in that language, maybe like the way that particular joke is framed, and
Yeah.
the way that it's
Might
delivered,
miss some
like,
elements of the joke.
it just has like, imagine if you watched Lock, Stock or Snatch
Yeah.
translated into French or
Ooh,
something like
God.
that. Like, it's how the hell are you going to understand Cockney rhyming slang? Like, they might have their own version of it where like they put in some like French
Yeah.
joke thing, but it's not going to have nearly the same impact as a Cockney geezer saying, "I'll cut your fucking Jacobs off," you know?
Yeah.
So the same way that for us watching this Argentinian film, it's like, all right, maybe we'd
How would
get
you
it
say
more.
I'll cut your fucking Jacobs off in French?
Je couperai tes couilles, but like that was just like, I'll cut your balls, but I don't know how to say I'll cut your fucking ball. I don't really know about too much about swearing.
Yeah, can you not do a fucking in French?
There isn't fucking.
Okay,
Like,
is there something
as
similar? I want to get like the closest French phrase we can get to that.
So when they translate stuff into French,
Yeah.
they go putain de instead of fucking, which is literally means fuck of.
Okay.
So je couperai tes putains de couilles. No, that's I'll cut your, yeah, I will cut your fucking balls. So this is as close as I can get. Je couperai tes putains de couilles.
Can you not put off in there? Does it not work like that?
No, I don't think so.
But can you make it work? And can you change the ball to Jacobs?
But then I wouldn't say couilles because I wouldn't say balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
You say that instead. That's
bon,
why
je couperai tes putains de Jacob.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as
No, it doesn't sound nearly as good. No. But if
Can
I
you
say
do it in a
je
Cockney
couperai
accent?
tes putains de Jacob.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
That's,
It's still, I'm not scared. I suppose you just actually know how to speak French properly, so it's...
I mean, I've never been a French gangster before, nor have I ever sworn that much in French. Never had the occasion to around my French family. So I'm afraid I can't really contribute what you really want and what you really need for this kind of conversation.
Okay, just give me the words.
Je
Je...
couperai,
Yes, would it be like couperay?
but go couperai.
Couperay?
Je couperai
Couperay
tes
te...
putains.
Je couperay to putan?
Yeah.
Je couperay to putan
Jacobs. The Jacobs.
the Jacobs.
Yeah.
Je couperay de putan de Jacobs.
Perfect.
There you go. That's it.
That's what it is.
That's what I was after.
Okay, fine. I'm glad that we did this.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, who would you be?
We're
We're just laughing because this is such a short episode. We've not really got that much to say about it.
Yeah.
You know what, listeners? This will be a short one. Why not?
It's just going to be a short one. I'd like to be Esposito and just have some fucking balls and
Yeah.
like to express my love for the lady,
Yeah.
his superior, because it's so fucking obvious that they've got like some chemistry going on, and she gives him like quite a few opportunities to sort of say something,
So many opportunities.
and he still just doesn't do it.
For as much as he is a misogynist who clearly doesn't value women, this one woman he can't get the balls to say anything to. And surely at some point in his long life he can think about, you know what, maybe if I just said something. And they've all got phones, they've all got flip phones. It's like 2009.
Yeah.
So surely he could just holler at her and be like, hey, what's up, babe?
Yo,
Yeah,
what up?
yeah. You took my B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a very Keiran B.
Well, yeah. And I think it's unfair because I always prepare my Bs.
Oh, okay.
You always do yours off the
Okay,
fly.
well now
But
you're gonna have to do yours on the fly.
that's fine. I would be Sandoval's wife and just be like, mate, I'm breaking up with you right now. or at the very least, like making sure that he gets home.
Yeah, or
Like I'd pick him up from
helping
work or
him
something, or
find some help or something.
yeah,
right,
because like to just have him be drunk all the time, but then you still love him, and like that's just a bit messed up.
yeah, I think that's something that happens often.
Yeah, probably.
around. I think it's just not an uncommon issue.
Well, I would bring in Sherlock.
Right. Okay.
Because again, I've done this a few times before with detective-y kind of films.
Yeah.
Where I just bring in Sherlock to sort it out so that he could work it out really quickly. He would look at the shifty pictures and be like, yeah, he likes football. And not even have to read the postcards or anything. You can tell the look in his eyes. He loves this woman and he loves football.
Right.
And for some reason he would have the knowledge of that obscure Argentinian football team.
Yeah.
You know, he would have spent enough time in Argentina, immersed himself in different parts of the culture, got all the football information. By the way, this hasn't been explained in any other part of this episode. The way that they know that he's a football fan and they end up going to the stadium to find him is that they go in, they invade. They go into this rapist's mum's house and they think that there might have been some letters sent back and forth. So they just get the letters, they steal the letters, steal the evidence, and they're reading these letters over and over and over and over. And there's loads of random obscure names, like proper names of names of people,
Like real names.
What I meant to say was not just like place names, as in like names, people's names. There you go. And he's trying to work out what the fuck it means, and without understanding who these people are, you got no context. It makes no sense. The sentences. But the drunk guy, Sandoval, goes to his bar, and there's a guy in his bar who knows all about this local football team. And if you collate the information of the football team against the names and the letters, it makes total sense. And therefore, you can understand that this guy is a football fan. So therefore, they go to football matches. I would be Sherlock, and I would have probably that information in my brain after being in the local area. Okay, what's a big deal in this local area? There's the judges, there's these people, and there's the football team. I'm going to learn all about the football team. I'm going to read the Wikipedia page and store all that information in my mind palace. Oh, read these letters? Don't even need to. I just look at look at the pictures. I can tell that guy likes football. Go to the football game. He'd probably find a way to suss out exactly who it was without spending days and days and days watching football games and trying to figure out who's there. You just find the person. Job's a good one. Sherlock would sort it.
Job's a good one.
Yeah.
Sherlock will sort it.
And there will probably be like a different, like he would find a way to get him like in prison for his whole life, or he'd screw up his life in a different way than being imprisoned in a random person's house.
Yeah, probably.
Who would you bring?
I would bring in Bullet Tooth Tony from Snatch.
Okay, all right.
And he's going to find him. He's going to do the same thing as Sherlock.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
So when they figure out they need to find the guy.
Wait, is Bullet Tooth Tony Vinnie Jones?
Yeah, Vinnie Jones.
Right.
So he's the guy that you get if you need to find someone.
Right. So basically, just to clarify, could be the same character from Block
He is the same character from. I'm bringing Bullet Tooth Tony.
Is he called the same guy in both things? No, he's called Big Chris.
Sorry.
Okay, but it's the same thing.
Same kind of. Yeah, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
So hiring in this. Look, Bullet Tooth Tony has got a nice little bit of money, and he's managed to get himself some downtime, and he's just on holiday in Argentina.
Right.
Staying with his cousin Rico, who has also got some affiliations with
Mafia.
No, the justice system.
Oh, I mean, maybe they're one and the same.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Bullet Tooth's kind of playing for the other side now.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. That's what he's doing. He's taking his talents and going straight, and he's working for the for the judges now.
The
Judicial system of Argentina.
Okay.
So I think, and take him to a football match, he's going to fit right in, isn't he? He's going to walk around like, go on, Argentina, it's football, Argentina.
Yeah.
And then just nuts him, like finds him somehow. I don't know how he'd do it, but he'd figure it out.
But he'd nut him the same way that John said.
A lot of people
fucking
would
nut
get
him.
nutted, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nutting people left, right, and centre. until he
Probably
finds
legal,
it.
isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Just thought that he was playing football and missed the ball.
Just did a header
Yeah,
on someone's face.
a header on someone else's head.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan,
Yes.
tell me, would you stay indoors to watch this film?
No, I wouldn't. I as far as like detective films go, there's better films. Like it doesn't really feel like the solving of the crime was that
That
like
wasn't the point of the film.
no,
But it was made out that it was a big deal.
yeah.
And it's
But
like,
it feels
no.
like the secret in their eyes. They bang on about how like you can tell by a person, like he literally Esposito says it's like it's in their eyes.
But
It feels like I should be getting more of that, more of like someone who's got intuition and is figuring out more than just like finding one guy and not really having any evidence to go on it, but then he just confesses. I feel like the confession is literally just there because otherwise, how would they ever have really proved that this guy did it? Like, because they didn't take any steps to really gather any more evidence.
Well,
just going back into beef.
yeah. Because they forced the confession out of him.
Yeah.
Like, and because they
But that's
know-
what I'm saying for the purpose of the film. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like they had to do that because otherwise, like, they write something else because there's nothing so far.
Yeah. Exactly. So the whole detectiving side of it,
Shit.
it's like it's quite thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so I guess the point of this film is that at the same time as the detective stuff happening, you got the love story,
Yeah.
which is also not very thrilling because it's just 2 hours of will they won't they.
It's really just like a story of how some life experiences sit with you.
There you go.
That's literally really it.
That's
And that's such a
pretty much it.
boring like idea and thing to talk about, to be honest. Like, I'd rather spend 2 hours doing something else
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
I
At the
think-
bottom of the day.
I like that.
At the end of the line.
At the bottom of the bay. At the bottom of the bay. You know, ultimately, Jordan,
Yeah.
it just didn't really cook the beans for me.
It did not cook the beans.
But I think something that we've realised by doing this show for like over a year now.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, by the
Happy
way.
anniversary.
That came with no occasion.
It really didn't. No, a year in podcast doesn't feel like it's worth
No,
celebrating.
we'll do something for 2 years, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
But it's that we like films where the plot is wicked and it has lots of little bits in between that make it interesting.
Mm.
Because if the plot's just the plot, then it's kind of not that great.
Yeah.
But if you have all the bits in between and all like little quirky things or cute things, but no plot, then that's also boring.
Yeah.
So for me, it was the latter with this one. The
Yeah.
plot was like, okay, there's not really that much to say. The twist at the end with the guy keeping him prisoner was like, oh, for me, it was like, oh, fuck, where's the justice in this?
Okay.
And so that was like, oh, okay, that's pretty crazy. Like, I put a few exclamation marks when I made a note about
I
that.
suppose, yeah, it's
But-
kind of, for me, it's like, is this justice?
There you go.
Mm.
So I wouldn't stay indoors for it.
Nah.
All right, there you go.
So, next week, what are we watching?
Next week, we are going to be watching Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur?
Yeah,
Ben-Hur?
not Ben-Him, Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur?
Ben-Hur is the film that we're going
But
to
it
watch.
is Ben-Hur of 1959, not 2016.
Yeah,
right?
we had a little
think
quick
it's
Google
2016.
just to check. So we will join you. No, well, I'll tell you what, we'll join each other. We'll meet
all
meet
join
halfway.
together.
Yeah. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
So you can find us on Spotify, on
Acast.
on
Stitcher.
on.
Podbean.
On.
Apple Podcasts.
On.
YouTube.
That's it.
You can find us on social media on.
Facebook,
On.
Twitter,
On.
Instagram,
At.
250 Reasons.
You can email.
250reasons at gmail.com.
Okay, I'm going to transcribe what it is that
Why
you're
can you
doing.
not just do what I do? Because I do that every time.
I'll learn it.
Look, like,
I'll-
I have not changed what I've done.
No,
I'll go home and learn it. And
Why do I
and
have
that'll be
to?
it.
Why when mine has been consistent? Why do I have to work around you?
I'm not gonna lie, both of you have been different every time. Like we've had 2 podcasts now, none of them have been the same.
Okay. I'll go home and do my homework, and then if it's still not right for you, then I guess I'm just not good enough for you, Jordan.
Okay, that's fine. I can accept that.
I think you're both beautiful either way.
Aw.
Oh, thanks.
Bye.